Hello and welcome back to another episode of No Suit Survival Europa. Thank you so much for tuning in to episode 10. So, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I am coming to you from the future, but I'm in the past. It's kind of a weird time paradox situation, but basically what ended up happening was the footage that I recorded at the beginning of this episode didn't come through on my first-person camera, but we do have all of the spectator footage. But that's why we make backups, baby. So here we are at the beginning of the episode again, but rather than me redoing everything, catching up to the time where I cut videos and then brought it back later and editing stuff, I'm just gonna kind of run through what we did up until this point and then get you back where the timelines sync together. So the first thing that we did is actually not on this list right now. It was get more stone. I figured we have this huge drill that's like sitting right out there, and with the utility ship and its hydrogen thrusters, we could take it to space, get enough stone, so that way we don't have to worry about getting gravel anymore for food, so that way this guy can eat. You know who else needs to eat? Me. And that's why I'm super pumped to say that this video is sponsored by none other than Raid Shadow Legends. I'm going to be honest, I get a little stir crazy alone on Europa sometimes, so it's nice to take a break and play one of the greatest mobile games of all time. This game has over 600 champions now, each with their own faction and history in the world of Teleria. One thing you should know about me is that I have always loved elves. They're just my favorite in almost every fantasy story, and the elves in Raid are especially awesome. They formed a civilization thousands of years ago, surviving orc rampages, the collapse of the Lizardman Empire, and then their own civil war, resulting in the exile of a new faction of Dark Elves. But despite all that, the Kingdom of Aravia is the brightest, richest, and most powerful country in the realm of Teleria. But enough about me geeking over lore. What is in it for you? This month is huge for Raid. They just released a brand new faction, the Sylvan Watchers, with some amazing new champions. Forest Elves, Ents, Druids, Fae, they're all here, and I can't wait to summon them all to crush my enemies in style. And if that's not enough, Raid's got a full lineup of events, along with a new season of the Forge Pass, where you can get your hands on some of the most powerful gear the game has ever seen. Also, if you are an Amazon Prime member, you can get your exclusive rewards in Raid right now. This is hands down the best time to get started in Raid, and if you click my link in the description or scan my QR code here on the screen, you'll get unique bonuses worth $30. We're talking a free epic champion, Aina, 200,000 silver, 1 energy refill, 1 XP boost, and 1 ancient shard, so you can summon awesome champions as soon as you get in game. All this treasure will be waiting for you here. These rewards will only be available for the next 30 days and only to new players, so get in while the getting's good. I'd once again like to say thank you to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring the channel. Now let's get back into the video. So after going and getting some stone from the asteroid, I came back to the base. Actually, we got rid of the old mine last time. I would say that we did that, but it was more of the Reavers that did that for us. So let me just put that in episode 9 territory. Like I said, when we came back from the asteroid, the next thing we did was we built a new tower. So what I did was I put a projector right here and a helm right here, and we projected a tower that we built off of this kind of over here. You'll see it in just a second. Because our tower did so well last time, I wanted at least one more, and I plan on doing another one later. So here's what that looks like. So, after working on the tower, it was starting to turn nighttime, and so I decided I wanted to do something inside while I waited for the sun to come back up. So what I wanted to do was actually improve the drones. I was given some ideas from people in the comments about ways that I might be able to make it a little bit better, but that's about where the ending of the first recording and where the second recording started picking up. So I'm going to let present tense Mad Mavin tell you about the new things going on with the drones and collapse this temporal wormhole and correct the timeline. Oh man, that took forever because I had to make the adjustments and then blueprint it again and then put the blueprint on the projector to project onto itself. And I had to do that 5 times. But yeah, here we go. So if I take control of drone 1, there we go. We have the horizon line and all that has to offer. And you can't really see it here, but there are 3 layers of glass. So there's this one on the outside, and then it's boxed in by heavy armor plates. And then there's another piece of glass, and then you have behind that the LCD screen. So hopefully that will help with survivability of these drones. We won't know until the Reavers come, but yeah. All right, so let's check that off the list as well. Improve drones, done. All right, so it looks like the sun might start coming up right now because, again, that took me so long. But while it starts, I think I want to do the comms tower because I want to wait until it's daytime to do the bunker. I'm not going to lie to you, sometimes I forget the spectator is there, and then I jump scare myself with just another person in the room with me. I'm just so used to being alone. Okay, what do we want to do up here? All right, let's just cut to the time lapse part where I figure out what I want to do with this whole thing. All right, well, there you have it. I am not the Greeblemeister. I am not the greatest with the Greeblies, but that is fun to say. So here is it. I think we had a similar setup to this on Helgen. Don't know what they would put into these bins, but they have them. You know, when the next settlers come down here, they'll be like, oh, nice, we got some storage space. Oh, I probably should do something down here too, huh? Maybe this will be like a break room. Dang it. Well, now I gotta do it. Okay, let's get back into it. I think it's funny that I put the spectator camera over here as if I was gonna like do something else, but all I did was add just another bathroom because I couldn't think of anything. So, yep, I said it earlier. I'm not the greatest greebler. Yeah, I'd say that this project is done. You know, it's not looking so bad. It's not so bad. I wanted the neon to be a different color in each one of the rooms that we have. So red for the combat, which now that I'm thinking about it, I probably could have the combat drone, or I could have the combat NPC in here instead of this. This is just a random timer block. I would check another thing off the list, so let's just do that. Oh, there we go. Woohoo! Okay, now we have the combat NPC, and we have the whatever that one is over there. The comms tower is complete. Furnish the comms tower. Done. Alright, since it's the daytime, let's build out this bunker / drone docking facility. So we can check that off the list. Oh, and we can come over here and we can put the system androids, the combat one, which means we are done with that. And the communication tower is done. So now we just need to do medical, mess hall, and then we need to have the living quarters and all the rest of this stuff. But we are moving in the right direction, and that is always good. Okay. So I've been thinking a lot about this bunker situation. Originally, it was just supposed to be a place that we could retreat and still control the drones. But now that we're going to park the drones down there, it's going to require a little bit more than what we've currently set it up for. So I'm actually going to get rid of what we have so far and then bring in that big drill, and we're going to just bore out a really big area so that way we can park all those drones. I'm a little bit bummed out with the way that this is kind of working. It's easier to see on the spectator camera, but this block right here is the center block that lines up with the base, like where the stairs come out. So this is like the central point. I can get the I can like follow some of the design elements that we have on the base by like putting this beam thing here for that overhang, but I can't do it on the other side equally. All right, you know what I've decided? I've decided that this overhang serves no functional purpose, and so I'm going to get rid of it rather than worry about it. Sometimes things work out, sometimes they don't, and it would be a waste of resources to do that. So I am just going to grind it all off and focus more on the bunker. So I'm gonna make the bunker itself relatively small, but I am going to try to make it cool with some like windows looking down, and then we'll have the drone docking wall basically. The question is I'm almost wondering, I guess I can go upstairs and count it, but how wide do I need it to be to have all these drones docked next to each other side by side? Okay, so like right now we have all 5 drones lined up pretty, like they're basically touching each other. So Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 16 across. So that's 13 across right there. And that's only on one side. So I'll add 12 on the other side. Yeah, we should have plenty of room for docking, which is nice. Okay, interesting. It only goes 10 to the other side. So we'll grind down the other 2 over here just to make it even. Do you know how much simpler my life would be if I just didn't care about symmetry so much? Like if I was just like, you know what? It's okay if it's 12 on one side and 10 on the other. My life would be so much simpler. But alas, I can't in my brain be okay with that. Alright, now I just gotta figure out a way for us to get 5 connectors. So 1 in the middle. So if I went out 3 and then 3, we would still have 2 on the side just for extra room. I think that should be good, because I don't think that the drones are wider than that. Let me just throw some connectors in between them. And I think I said connectors. By that I meant conveyors. And then that should just plug in up here. Okay. There we go. This should be the start of our drone dock. Now I just gotta decorate it nicely. And then let me figure out how we're gonna do the bunker. So let's say that the bunker is gonna go down. Just do 2 blocks. I have to like plan everything out, like with the process of also welding in mind. Like this is already gonna be a little bit tricky, but I wanted to know where the back wall was gonna be. And then this will be where the front wall starts. But let's weld up the back wall, because I made that mistake earlier where I tried to build the box and then weld it. I'm realizing that I need to build 1 wall at a time, or maybe 2 walls at a time, weld that up, then come in, do the other walls, and then do the floor. Yeah, everything is a process when you don't have a spacesuit. Okay, let's go inside. Let's throw an air vent in there and see if it pressurizes. Let's ooh. Hold on one second. How am I going to do this? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So if I get rid of this and this, and I put a vent there, we should be able to see if we can pressurize this area. Hey, it looks like it's working. Yeah, it's pressurized. Cool. So now we just have to figure out a way to build down. But we're not going to depressurize this area, so let's get the ladder back in here. So now we get to answer the question that I had earlier before I could pressurize it, which is, can we build a ladder shaft and then like place a ladder shaft below it and then like go down and weld that one? I think the answer to that is actually yes. The only issue is that ladder shafts take like a ton of materials for whatever reason. Okay, so then weld this one, and then, yeah. Okay, place that one. I was originally thinking about using like a piston elevator, and potentially in the future that is something that we will do, but the cool thing about the ladder shafts is that like if you just aim up, then you can get like pretty far up the ladder shaft. And if you just like spam it, right, like if I just do that, I'm already at the top. In some ways, ladder shafts actually might be faster than the piston elevator. Oh my gosh, that scared me so much. That's glass. Okay, so we're trapped. Okay, well, let's get rid of that. Turn on the lights. Cool. Okay. Well, let's I need a cargo container down there. Okay, so the issue is that I need a cargo container down there, but I also need a vent. And so I feel like if I if I grind down part of the wall to put a cargo container in place of a conveyor, then we're going to depressurize the whole room. And then we're going to die. Okay, let's just see if we can do this. Let's see. So if I grind this down, yep, there we go. All right, cargo container. Oh no, it's the freaking. Okay. No, I need a small one. And then a vent. Oh, you stupid. Oh, I grinded it down. I'm like an idiot. Oh, so stupid. Okay. All right. So here's the deal. Now I got to go back down there with my normal tools. Vent stuff. Now, luckily, with the cargo container the way that it is right now, it should be. We should be good. Okay, hold on. Come on. Why can't I build here? I grabbed the. Oh, wait. Okay, pressurize. Okay. That was so dumb. All right. Well, we're back at it. Okay. So now, if I grind this down, we're still pressurized. Good. Now I can throw all this stuff back into the grid. Okay. Honestly, let's just slap a medical room down here. No reason not to. Cool. Okay, still got to figure out how we're gonna do this whole thing. But now that we have a medical room in here, if we depressurize for a couple seconds, I can still work. Okay. Yes. So let's figure this out. All right, it's pretty hard to do the spectator with like the movement and everything else like that with like such a small space. So yeah, so this is it. The bunker, pretty small, but I just needed it as a place that I could retreat that's independently pressurized and has its own oxygen tanks. It is piped up to the base, and even if this bunker itself loses pressure, which it shouldn't, then we also have this cockpit, which is how we're going to control the drones, and so we're like double protected. So anyway, now I guess would be the time to open up the doors to upstairs and fly the drones down and dock them in their respective positions, which is a cool thing to do. Dang. That was so smooth. Like, that went so smoothly. I'm so happy that that worked out the way that it did. Very rarely do things just, like, work out that way. Oh, I love it. I love it. I'm so pumped for the new update, the Grid AI update, because can you imagine being able to just, like, send these guys out, all of them at one time? That would be pretty cool. Oh man, we don't need it, but now there's a part of me that wants to just like go down a couple layers and then build another one, and then we'll have 10 drones. We don't need 10 drones, but it would be fun to just have all of those together. That would be pretty cool. All right, well, hey, this is something that's been on the to-do list for a long time, so I'm pretty happy that we got it done. See, now we're at the top of the ladder. Easy peasy. Okay, let's check this off. Bunker complete, which means build more defenses is also complete. Ah, feels good. Feels good to get stuff done. So now the next question is starting the living quarters expansion. Where do we want to do that? Let's get in the old switchblade and do a once over around the base. So I still like the idea of building a third tower and then kind of doing something similar. Just bring the pipe that's here, let me go closer to it. The pipe that's right there, bringing it back, and then having the tower be like right here or something. Kind of, again, away from the base, because that other tower is a little too close. Like, with missiles and stuff like that, it repairs itself, but this part of the base kind of takes damage. So yeah, I would like to have the tower be a little farther away. Yeah, but I suppose keeping on with the trend, we might just need to build off the side. Plus, this is kind of ugly right now, so building over on this side of the base would hopefully fix that. Plus, we need to add additional plates on the outside of this area because we need to have the frosty effect. Alright, well, I'll tell you what. While we wait for it to be daytime again, I am going to slap down just some connectors on the wall just to recharge some batteries. So we'll put that one right there. We'll put that one right there. That way we can charge up the this mining ship. Okay, looks like we're good. Cool, it's parked. I don't think I set it to charge, but okay. That's a bummer. I don't even think I have the batteries configured on that one, so I'm not gonna worry about it. I am gonna worry about it. All right, I'll fix it. Hold on. Cool. You know, honestly, that's not a bad place for that thing, because it's like, it's totally out of the way. I mean, I think it's okay for now. I think we might want a better place for it later. Because the only thing that I could see happening is like we bring something in here to like use the welding wall, and then this just limits the space that we can use to do so. Okay, well, I've been playing for a while, so I'm going to take a break, and when I come back, we will revisit this idea of starting the living quarters expansion. What's up, everybody? This is future Mad Mavin coming at you once again. I realize that this is probably actually a good stopping point, because the living quarters is going to take a long time to figure out and to build. And with it being Thanksgiving week, I'm not going to have as much time as I need to dedicate to such a monumental task. So this episode is probably just going to be a little bit shorter than some of my other ones, but I think that that's okay for the holiday season. I hope you all get to enjoy the time. Thank you so much for tuning in to No Suit Survival, and we'll catch you next time.